face this and get it done. You're not like others. You're a man with a mission. You know what your target is. Let's say you lost $1 million and you're trying to make $1 million back and get back on your feet and get back your properties. You're a man with experience. You know what other people do not know. You're a man that has done it before and lost it and is coming back to do it again. You will do it much faster than the first time. And it will happen. It will happen. So, misguided effort, misguided attention, years wasted, time spent. Seems like not you, but it seems like, say for example, in a situation, hypothetically, a person thinks that he has spent 30 years of his life working in a company and there is nothing to show for it, and maybe because of a mistake or a misconduct that he was framed for, or he was actually guilty for, but he's now back to square zero. What does he do? What's the next course of action? What's the best next move? How do we build back from ground zero? How do we get things done? What's the right way? What's the right way to pull things together? Especially when you've spent a lot of your energy, a lot of your enthusiasm, you thought that things would be well, thought that things would be much better by now. You thought that things should have worked out well, but time has passed. Maybe you're old already and you have a very little strength remaining. Or maybe you're not quite old, but you're still young, but you feel like time has already passed and most of your friends are beyond you. You're looking for how to get back on your feet. You're looking for what to do. You're looking for where to go. What's the next move for one who feels like he has wasted all his time? What could be the next move for one who feels like there is no way forward? For that person who built and all he built comes crashing down, maybe wiped out by recession, maybe wiped out by some political decision of the political leader, maybe wiped out by a thief or a partner that runs away with their earnings, company earnings. What's the way forward? For any individual who has fallen or who has been duped or who things have not worked out well for, but is heartbroken because of this collapse that has happened, I would recommend a number of things. Firstly, make amends with anyone in the situation that you may have brought misfortune to. If you were the cause of the misfortune, let's say for example you were in a business and actually you're the one who stole from your partner, your business partner, and you're fired and there is nothing for you to hold on to. You're fired. Maybe you spent 20 years in prison and you're out now. What's the next step forward? The number one recommendation would be to go back. I know you've served your sentence, but go on to the person who you offended and make amends. And close those doors and actually mend those, not mend, but for the peace on your mind, I would also recommend dropping the ego. For the peace of mind and closing those doors and making sure you put things right, it would be best to go on to the people you may have offended or you have wronged and right your wrongs. Even if you're not able to pay for what you did, an apology would be nice. It will be the first step of turning around things. Some people say karma, but we don't call it karma here. But do good, and very likely good will happen to you, but it's not always the case. Good people still perish. Well, good people still suffer. And some good leaders, some may be murdered or mistreated. If you look at certain good leaders, not all of them, not always do good things happen to them. But it doesn't mean that if you do good, that good will elude you. But sometimes good is not always repaid with good. Some people may return evil for the good you do. But let it be in your heart that the good you do is not so that you get good from the person you did good to in return, but it's just that you have sent out good out there. But still be expectant, good will still come back to you, but not necessarily from the person you did good to. I digressed, but let's continue. In the first scenario, you were the cause of the evil. You go back and you settle the evil. You settle the wrong that was done. You right the wrong. Even if you think you had served your sentence and all is well and there is no need to apologize, you may still need to go and apologize. So you've apologized and you're not thinking in your mind that they will accept you back, maybe put you back in the company or restore your position onto you. That's not your target. Your target is to apologize and step aside. Now you've stepped aside. The land looks barren. There is no way forward and you're thinking, where do we go from here? What's the next move? What do we do? The work works on you more than you work on it. Alex Hormozy says this. So even after you lose something, there are some skills you have gained already on the way which did not leave you. There is knowledge in your mind that did not leave you. It's still there with you. Wisdom that you carried on. Experiences that were not wiped from your mind. So you may use this to regrow, to build again. For speedy growth, it is recommended that a person does things in high volume, fail quickly and fail fast, and work with multiple people. You may need to learn to manage people, because when you look at large structures that human beings built, when you look at large movements, they did not happen with just one person. It may have started with one person, but it usually grows to... A lot of people are needed for extreme results. So you're looking for a way to gain back the time you lost. You have the experience, so automatically expect that things should not take as long as they did the first time, because you really have the experience. You get someone that is like-minded, okay, probably your reputation is already destroyed and people do not want to work with you. You start building from how you can. You may need to move to a new location where people do not know you, because maybe your reputation is destroyed and no one wants to work with you. You're an ex-convict, for example. Maybe you get into a place that can let you work and may not have known your history. If you're easily tempted by money or easily tempted and you think that you're not, if you are in that kind of situation again, you will fall again. It's best that you explain to those that you're working with, I do not want to work in finance, maybe. I wouldn't want to work in finance. Let me not handle financial transactions. You wouldn't want to put yourself in a situation that you steal again. Let's say yours was women and you could not control yourself when you have a female co-worker. Just say, please, I would want to work with just, I wouldn't want to work with women. I'm not misogynistic, but it's safer. I wouldn't want to be accused of anything. Maybe some people may say that you're gay and stuff, but consider putting yourself in situations that you would not fall back into your mistake. There are some mistakes that come back again to try to happen again. If you think that you've overcome it already, it's best you think again. If you think you stand already, it's best you think again, because you can easily fall when you think you've overcome it already. It's best to put guardrails so that you don't fall again. If you were accused of financial fraud and it was a wrongful accusation, then it's best to ensure that in the new place you get into, that you put in financial audits so that there is no accusation, there is no one saying that you did something that you didn't do. That puts you in a safer position. You know what happened earlier, and you don't want it to happen again. You've gotten into a place where no one knows you, or you found a place where people are willing to accept you, to give you the benefit of doubt, even if they know your past. So you either have a place where no one knows you, or people know you but they are willing to give you the benefit of the doubt for you to work there. And you've put guardrails so that you don't fall back into what happened again. Either you wrongfully being accused, or you actually doing something and rightfully accused. Right. For the sake of speed, we would need to get more people on our side. We need to work and hire more trained people who have the heart to put their effort together. Large things, mighty things in history are usually built with a collective effort. Working alone makes the work longer. Many hands make lighter work. Many coordinated hands make lighter work. So you lost everything and you're trying to build back up. You need people. You need relationships. You need connections. You may need to work hard and put your mind together and work deeply on that thing you need to be done. A person can accomplish what others do in 10 years, but in 2 years because of focus. Other people have wives, they have side quests, they have other things that do on the side. But you're a man on a mission, you've been burnt before, and you're trying to get things done. You're trying to face this and get it done. You're not like others. You're a man with a mission. You know what your target is. Let's say you lost $1 million and you're trying to make $1 million back and get back on your feet and get back your properties. You're a man with experience. You know what other people do not know. You're a man that has done it before and lost it and is coming back to do it again. You will do it much faster than the first time. And it will happen. It will happen. So, even if people know of your past and they come back to discourage you, it's best not to pay attention and to listen, but it's best to put guardrails so that you do not fall back into such. There is this thing about metal work. If you bend a piece of metal once and you straighten it, if it's under stress, that position that it was bent at would be a weak point. It would first of all likely bend from there again. So if you see that you've fallen in a particular area before, when pressure comes again, it is very likely that you bend again in that situation. So it's best to set up guardrails. For anyone who has fallen once, set up guardrails so that you do not fall again. Even if you were wrongfully accused, maybe there is something you do, maybe the way you treat people, and it's easily misunderstood. You may need to get feedback from what other people have to say about your character.